Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Viva Cafe con Leche. I am the badass Buddha, Lori Monaco, in the house in a very freezing cold Southern Connecticut. It's like 27 degrees out there today. Yesterday it was like 52 to start the day, and it got colder as the day went on. And today we wake up with 27 degrees. So, good morning, happy Tuesday, and welcome to Viva Cafe con Leche.
Yes, good morning, buenos días. Aquí con la Margarita, your gladiator guru. You know, it's so funny because I woke up under the ceiling fan and I was like, "Ooh, I'm cold." And I put my sweater on. And then I come out to the kitchen to make coffee and I'm like, "Oh, I don't want to take my sweater off yet." But my niece says it's chilly, but it's going to be low 64 all week
Oh, that is chilly for
here
Florida, especially this
in
time of the year.
sunny Florida. Well, it depends. You know, the Miami never gets this cold. We're like Central Florida, so we get cold spots. And then Tallahassee, doesn't it get like rain sometimes? So
You're
this
asking the
is
wrong
what
person.
side of the line you live in. But good morning, mi gente. We have an exciting week. Can you believe that Thursday is December? So let's make the
I
best of
cannot.
these. Let's squeeze the most and the best into the last few days of September and end with the bang because December is our last month of tidying up things in our lives.
Good morning,
I'm speaking to
Nina.
myself. I just thought you'd want to hear my plans.
I did. I did. It is.
Morning,
I
Nina.
think it's just depressing the idea that it is December 1st on Thursday. Like it's just weird that this year go. But yes, good morning, Nina. Straight talk, no sugar added is her show. Good morning, Gwen.
Yes, her show is getting
Morning.
phenomenal. You know, I'm not stressed that it's only December because you know what? If you're gonna do rear view mirroring, you better start now. Now, because then you got that 1 month to at least start what you wanted to have done by the end of the year. Once, if you even attempt to initiate it and start the first couple steps, guess what happens? You've started. You're not gonna beat yourself up about it. It's not about. Remember, it's not about the end result. It's about the journey, the
Not the
planning, the
destination, it's the journey.
well, it's like people think, oh, I'm not gonna have it done, so why bother? It's just the hardest part of anything new is starting.
True enough.
It's showing up. It's beginning. It's opening the book. It's opening the bank account. It's you know closing the sugar, that sort of stuff. No more sugar. No more sugar is not good for you.
So yes, good morning, everyone. And we're going to be talking about today is standing in your truth. We are going to end the month of November, which was National Month of Gratitude
Gratitude.
and National Month of Inspirational Role Models. We're going to end it with knowing your truth, because knowing your truth is also being an inspirational role model to not only just other people, but to your damn self. And gratitude always plays a role in that. So we talked about that. So we do want to remind you that we would love it if you would like and share, follow, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. We are excited to get out there and get to the masses. We're hoping to, I mean, we're not about the numbers. We really don't focus so much on the numbers, but it would be nice to get out to more people, just because we always have some great stuff to talk about. So we do have a special guest on today that she's going to come on and do a short little thing, because today is Giving Tuesday. And so Viva started to post stuff, and specifically with this organization that we're going to have on. She's been a guest on before. And we're going to put the link in there for you to donate to this particular nonprofit organization, which means that it's tax deductible, so it's nonprofit. And we'll have Daiana on in a moment. So what we'll do is we will do set our intention, do our mantra, get Daiana on, and then discuss standing in your truth, because Daiana is a prime example too of standing in your truth. Even her organization that she started was based on her being who she is and stepping into her own self and aligning with her own self. So the intention. Set your intention today to be intentional.
And Grateful. Hola, milagros. I'm grateful. Live in gratitude today.
As always, it's, and especially, if you're having a particularly bad day,
Smile.
stop for a moment and just think about what you're grateful for. And it really can shift you.
Mm-hmm.
So just consider that. All right. And Carmen Nieves is watching too. She just didn't say hi yet. She's probably driving. So good morning, Carmen.
Carmencita.
All right. And Carmen knows our guest as well. So, all right. So we set our intention. Let's do our mantra. And here we go. Say it loud, say it proud. Carmen, if you're in the car, shout it in the car. All right, here we go. I am a disruptor.
I am a disruptor.
I am unapologetically courageous.
I am unapologetically courageous.
I am spiritually grounded.
I am spiritually grounded.
I am magically orgasmic.
Ole.
And I am beyond authentic.
And I keep it real.
Woo, 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 woo. I can't pull that off very well, but I'm such a white girl. Anyway, all right. So here we go. Let's bring on our fabulous guest to talk about her absolutely wonderful organization. Where can I get rid of that banner for a second? And we're going to welcome Daiana Negron and her sidekick, Lily, and for the representatives of Journal of Hope. And we're going to let Daiana talk about Journal of Hope. And I'm a proud board member of Journal of Hope, so it is near and dear to my heart. Take it away, my dear.
Good morning. Thank you for having us on. It's been a minute since we've been here talking about JOH, and it's just a pleasure to be a part of this whole conversation in regards to role models and gratitude, and one of our core pillars that we teach the students of Journal of Hope. And so within our discussions and our meetings, as Lori said, giving back is always a part of who we are as people. And Journal of Hope can grow, right, with you also being a part of that giving back community. And so today is Giving Tuesday, and we are accepting donations that will either sponsor a student, it could sponsor a school, or it could put a journal, which is one of these beauties, into the hands of one of our students. And so we welcome you to take advantage of Giving Tuesday. If you haven't volunteered this year, this is an opportunity, a way to do it easily from the comfort of your home. Lori is going to share our donation link for PayPal. It's just a click away, and you could do whether it's a one-time donation or you could do monthly donations to us. And I want to say this, there's a lot of organizations and nonprofit within our community, within your own community. And I want you to know that these funds go straight to the kids. No one within our organization is compensated for their work. Everything goes to creating the journals, all the way to providing snacks. And that reminds me, I have to go pick up some snacks for the kids for Thursday's class before they boot out Miss Daiana. But I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to be on here and be able to do this. And I welcome you guys to join me in my efforts to give back to the community. I know we need to have these hard conversations about mental health. We need to have the hard conversations about how to self-regulate. We need to have the hard conversations about what is our reality, what is our truth. And Journal of Hope gives kids the opportunity to, what Lori had stated earlier, to pause, right, and reset their day, to give them the tools that when they're in a classroom setting or when they're home or when they're in the playground, that they have these seeds that have been planted in them and helps them guide them throughout the day.
Why is journaling so important? That's the question to both of you, because Gladiator Guru's not a journal, like she's a writer. Why how has writing been for you? How powerful has it been for you over the years? So that's to both of you.
So something that I shared with my students I think it was yesterday we talked about this,
Yeah.
that I was their age once upon a time, and at Lily's age, um, my father was diagnosed with cancer, and there was a lot going on in the home, but there was no conversation with me, right? Because I'm a child, and I just need to be a child and go to school. And so there was a lot to process with his death. Even to this day, I'm 41, I am processing. And I love him dearly. And I know that I'm talking about him because he's in spirit here with us, nudging me, like, mention me, which I love. And I love this relationship that I have now with him. Uh, However, during that time, it was a very difficult period for me. And I shared with you guys before that even in my teens, it got harder. It was not easy to process everything that I was feeling. Also, moving to a country that I did not know the language, had difficulties in creating relationships because I was a loner, because I had so much suppressed from what I went through with his death. And journaling gave me an opportunity to kind of just put it out there, right? Like, in my head, my journal, encompassed the whole friendship piece, that connection piece, and took it all in and saw the tears, and let me be and let me express myself. And I still have those journals today, and I still journal now. And now journaling has turned into more of dreaming big and goal setting, and how can I implement what I've learned. So, journaling is not just one thing, right? You could do it in multiple ways. I also draw, and I express myself through there. I've been doing more of my dreams, my dream interpretations. I've been converting them into art. Um, but that's the beauty of it. It just gives me that piece to connect. And the greatest connection that we could have is with higher self. And I think that can also come out through journaling. So obviously, right, Margarita and I would probably have, our different reasons and our different purposes, but what a relief, right? To just put it all down on paper.
Yes. Throughout many years, I have like two bookshelves of journals, beautiful ones, beautiful covers that were given to me as gifts. And I don't write in them. I just love the way they look. But I can't like daily journal. But I admire somebody who can, that's discipline to me, that you get up every day and you write in your journal. Um and I think that what you're doing right now is phenomenal, because how many of the kids nowadays, nobody talks about anything. It's worse than it was before, because at least we saw our vibrant parents going off and doing whatever, even though we didn't know what it was, we know it was something. And everything is so hush hush. And so how how can we all help?
When it comes to Journal of Hope,
Yes.
yeah, so it is the donation process, like Lori has shared before. Like and sharing our content means a lot. People who have journaled, right, who are passionate about journaling, whether it's bullet journaling, whether it's a creative journaling, whether you're using art and you transformed it into a now graphic design, we want to hear your stories, and we'll share them on our platforms. It also has to do with donating a journal. We have options on the website where you can purchase a journal for yourself, or where you can donate a journal to another student. And also just, giving the word out. I'm sorry, that is the bus alarm. It's also, I'm a mom, right? We're a mom.
I knew it was gonna come up.
She's
Um,
beautiful.
Thank you. So, getting the word out, and it's not solely about supporting Daiana. I think it's also about just supporting the kids. And we as parents, we as community members, we know there's a lot of talk about mental health and self-regulating and awareness, but very little is being provided to families on how to. And so give us, Journal of Hope, the opportunity to do that, to be able to do that, not only for our youth, but through this whole process of donating, we inspire adults too. So just give us that opportunity to continue in those efforts.
Yes. So everyone out there, share this, because you know what? Just like art, writing is an art, and I think it needs to be more encouraged from a younger age, very young. So let's do this. I'm trying to log on now. You said share your page. I'm still trying to share Viva Cafe con Leche.
I know. I didn't even share it yet. I know. I didn't even share.
No,
I
it's difficult. I can't share it. It brings me right back to Viva. Anyway, I think I'm trying to post it up. But yes, let's get this going. I just have one question. When people donate books to you, what's your preference?
There is none. We have a collection of journals. Whether no disrespect to vendors, right? If you go to the Dollar Tree or you're going to, Target or Hallmark or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's any journal. What's important to us is that you write a message in the back. That's what's important. If you go out and you buy it, that you write a message, whether it's an affirmation, whether it's a quote, whether it's something to inspire, and something that one of our donors reflected back on when we first started this in 2018. She has said to me in text, "Oh my gosh, I wanted somebody to say these things so badly to me." And she wept while she wrote. And
Wow.
that touched me so much to receive this message. So that's why I said, being a donor does impact you in your life. And I tell you, if you're writing in a journal, and let's say you're thinking about Lily and how we can inspire her to be better and greater, right? And you're writing this message to her, there's, I think, some self-healing in that. And then absolutely, when Lily gets that journal, she's seen it. There's a few there that have caught her eye that she's like, I need one. And I'm like, no, those are for the Journal of Hope students. But that's what we want when in regards to a preference for the journals. Just write a message in the back.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Okay. I mean,
all right. So thank you so much for coming on, Daiana. And Miss Lily, have anything to add?
Well, please donate. Me and my classmates love Journal of Hope like a lot.
Oh,
Wonderful.
I'm so sure. Please donate. Oh my God. I love
That's
Lily. Her name is Lily.
Lily, yes.
Lily.
L-I-L-I.
Oh. You have a great day at school today,
Thank
Miss
you.
Lily.
All right, bye, you guys. Thank you
Right,
so
guys.
much.
Thank you so much for coming.
Bye.
How beautiful.
Oh my goodness. All right. That was wonderful. So for those
She's
of you that are just
beautiful. Good morning, freckle face. You know,
Good morning, Stephanie. Yes, so donate. You have the info. You can click the hot link right on the Facebook and YouTube comment section. So you could just click on it, or if it's not clickable, just copy and paste it. And definitely give something today, even if it's just a little bit of money. She's not kidding. It just goes right to the organization. It does not go to any of us on the board. We're not, we do that. We volunteer our time. So it's not something that we're being paid to do. And it's a really wonderful cause.
Yeah, I think we all need, listening to Daiana speak and that just to hear how when somebody was writing a message for someone else, she breaks down and cries because it was a message she wished she had received. But the beauty in everything that happened, and although she shed tears, is that without even thinking of woe is me, she gave forth the very thing she needed. How beautiful is that? Like, that's priceless. And I think I don't write in journals, but I write on everything else. I have pieces of edges of paper bags, napkins. When I was purging, I went through it and I'm like, Marona, I'd write on a piece of toilet paper with shit stain on it if I needed to, because that's how I write on everything. But let me tell you that I think when you start writing and journaling, or just writing down your thoughts, and like I do, I write down one word and I create a whole page, a story from it. I think that just grows on. That didn't happen to me automatically. I think that when we become a bit more tactile in this virtual world, then we find ourselves. And when we find ourselves, we realize the beauty and gratitude that we hold within ourselves. And then we pay it forward with kindness, whether to the people we know or to strangers. But we need to get back to this, to being that tactile human that cleans up, that picks up, that sits down and writes and picks up a pen. I mean, taking your power back is you pointing that pen or pencil towards that paper and writing down what you feel, or writing down a sentiment towards somebody, or gratitude towards the universe. And I think that's how we need to start thinking. Become a bit more tactile in this virtual world, and you can meet yourself halfway. And when you meet yourself halfway, you can donate to causes like Journal of Hope. You know, you're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed every Tuesday and Thursday morning to be on the show with us and share your words with us and enlighten us in the comment zone, and share with the people that we have on. So the word of the day today is, let's become a bit more tactile. Be a little tactile today. Pick up a pen instead of texting somebody. Write somebody a letter. Let me tell you something. I love to get cards and letters in the mail. I love to open an envelope and read. And so, I mean, think about that. So hand someone a handwritten thank you card today. That it's gotten so beyond touch with texts and emails and little voice texts now, which is becoming more lazy, because now you don't have to say that, and I'm guilty of it. So I'm thinking, so for today, in gratitude and in honor of Journal of Hope, that the Badass Buddha is on the board of directors. You met the two beautiful women who are the head of it. Be tactile. Go and write a thank you. Write a just because you're in my life, just because I love you. Hey, surprise, I can write. Do whatever, but send that out. No fucking email, no text. Buy a stamp. Do you even know what that is anymore?
I do.
Go to the post office. Let them get a stamp right there and mail it. Make that little extra effort today. Take that 15 to 20 minutes out of your life today. You got it. And send a letter. Send a thank you. Send a I love you. Send a was thinking about you.
Yes.
Start that tactile invitation into your own life. And then get a journal. Donate a journal. Start writing. Start discovering the wonderfulness of yourself. And that's how you do that, through writing, through taking the time out for yourself. Sit with yourself, but write, even if you're just drawing. Remember when we were younger, we write the word boy in lowercase, and then we create a whole face, the little glasses, and do that, because then that starts leading you to get more used to being tactile with your hands, and then you can start expressing yourself. And the other day there was an issue at work, and I told somebody the air feels very thick in here today. It was two people with attitude. I said, the air feels thick in here today. Just a reminder that I match energy, because I'm not taking on anybody's whatever they're feeling, because they don't know how to express themselves. And I don't know you that well to be dealing with your shit when I got my own. So we're just going to meet up in the middle. I match energy. I put it out there. I didn't have to deal with them the rest of the day. They stood away from me, because sometimes you need to just say something like that. But the thing is that we are responsible for how we feel, what we say, and how we react. And let me tell you, that was a long journey for me. The Badass Buddha and I were talking about it yesterday. When you are coming out of survival lifestyle and you say, okay, I have to be in control. I can't. One of the biggest understanding I received, and I think it came at a great time, is I can no longer go to your door with my back and fix things. So it's okay. So now I don't carry anything that's not mine because my load is heavy enough. So start writing. Go to journalofhope.org. If you have any questions, reach out to Daiana or to the Badass Buddha because they're all involved in it in depth and they can inform you. I'm sorry, Lord. I'm just loving this journal of hope. I think I fell in love with Lily. You know why? Look at how she
It's
said her
easy
name.
to fall in love with Lily. Are you
Look at
kidding
how
me?
she said her name and spelled it out. Like, don't get it wrong. Just like when people call me Diana, I didn't correct you. But just like when people call me Margarita, like, nails on a chalkboard. It's Margarita. So when Lily said that, I was like, oh my God, that's like my soul sister right there. She said it quick, L-I-L-I. Okay, I'm done. Just be more tactile in this virtual world. That's all I'm gonna say.
And if you're going to be tactile, also click on the link that's to donate to JOH before you go off and write all day, which is great. You want to do that, but get on there. We have the link in the comments. Takes a second. Just click on it. You could still listen to us in the background. I think you can, and you could be paying for JOH right at this moment. So click that link, please. Okay. Hashtag Giving Tuesday. All right. So everything that Gladiator Guru was talking about, grabbing your writing and just doing and being tactile and then saying that the air is heavy and she matches the energy, that is her stepping into her truth or standing in her truth. And that's what the conversation is today. It's about knowing your truth and then standing in your truth. And sometimes journaling is a huge part of that. You know, you could be journaling who you are and what you want to be and then become that person. What is that expression you like to say, Gladiator Guru? If you could think it, ink it.
If you think it, ink it, believe it, you'll achieve it. I read that years, like in late 90s when I was teaching. And I used to share with all my classes. And you know what? It's so, I don't even know who wrote it, but it was a long time ago. And I believe it. And what a great little, what's that word? Campaign for Journal of Hope. If you think it, ink it. And by being tactile, I didn't just mean write. I mean, just do things that you would normally have your vacuum do, that little robot thing that goes around, make your bed. You know, the greatest start of a successful day is making your damn bed. And just that's what I mean. It start off with writing, me being a writer, and I love saying that I'm a writer because sometimes I amaze myself when I read my own shit. But everything that you would normally have something else to, you do it. Like put your own panties on today. I don't know. Figure it out.
Well, I hope I'm putting my own panties on. I don't think I want to put anybody else's panties on. It depends, I guess. But
you'd be surprised.
Depends on whose panties and the size too. I want to be comfortable. So standing in your truth, right? I got to jump off in a little bit, talk about being mom. I understand, Daiana, because I got to get off and take the other one, my little one, to the bus, and then jump back on. And then we got to stop right at 9 today because of
because you're a daughter.
No, because of my dad.
Yeah, because you're a daughter.
Oh, because I'm a daughter, right? I have to get off for my daughter, and then yes, you're right. I'm getting off at 9 because of I am a daughter. So standing in your truth, you know, we talked about this so much all year and we really put the emphasis on it in September, but this is the time really to reflect. You know, we're coming into this crazy time and people love to use the holidays as a distraction. So listen, you got to wake the fuck up. There's nothing wrong with enjoying the holidays, celebrating, shopping, being a part of it, but you got to stop and take those moments for you to just sit quietly and take pause and reflect on your day, reflect on your week, reflect on your month, reflect on your year. Start that conversation in your head and maybe journal it, write it down, because before we know it, it'll be the end of the year, and then it'll be the first week of the year, and then it'll be the end of January, and we'll be like, what the hell just happened? You have to go in, you got to look at it. And if you feel that you didn't quite hit your mark this year, don't beat yourself up about it. Just say, why do I think that? Why didn't I hit my mark? And what can I do differently? And can I start right now? Do I have to wait till the end of the year? Maybe you said I didn't really go out that much this year, as much as I really wanted to. You got a whole month left. Travel a little bit. Go do some fun stuff. Make a list of fun activities to do. Maybe I didn't hang out with as many people as I wanted to, or I didn't spend as much time with my grandkids or my kids. Then make it happen. Talk to them. Ooh, I gotta go.
Well, like she was saying, yeah, you know what? I'm always doing the opposite of what people think it's the norm. Just like in January, I didn't do a New Year's resolution. I didn't set what my intention was going to be for Mark Victor Hansen quote. Okay, don't think it, ink it. Yes, thank you, Gail. I've been using that forever. And like she said, you don't have to, which I totally believe. You don't have to wait until New Year's to start a resolution. Every day that you wake up is a new day to start a new year. So I would say I did last year, which I'm still on it. I'm still on point, even with my 3.5 months of self-isolation. I am still on point. I broke up my year quarterly. So in January, I set goals for myself. So the only one I needed to hold accountable was myself. But guess what? Every 3 months, I set goals. And in setting them goals, it wasn't about from between January and March, I have to have XXX finished. No. Between January and March, this is what I want to have accomplished. Accomplished means several things. You just started it, you're in the middle of it, or you finished it. But whatever that goal was from January to March, it's still one goal. But you had 3 ways to see it by the end of March. Did you start it? Are you in the middle of it? Or did you complete it? And if you just started it, guess what? You're still ahead of the game because it was something that you said you wanted done from here to there. And that's how I've lived. And I have, 31, 30, 32, 30, 33 days left of this year. Because today's the 28th, 29th? I don't know. I don't even know what day I live. To complete the last 2 things on my list for the year. And so even self-isolation that I did at home, I barely spoke with anybody. I did show up for Viva. I showed up for Ajusta tu Corona. 29, thank you, Daiana. But what happened is that I still did it because the goals I created were something I needed in my life or I thought I needed. Just in hindsight, in insight, saying, okay, this is what I want to accomplish. And they might have seen this huge back in January, but now I have 2 left. 2 left. And the thing is that with my self-isolation, I stopped painting, I stopped writing, and I stopped talking to people all over the world for coffee. So I did not do those 3 things in those 3.5 months, but it didn't set me down because I'm already a writer, published. I've spoken my book in several stages, right? I paint all the time. And up until my self-isolation, me painting my pocketbooks is what paid my mortgage and my bills, right? And the coffee, I didn't stop it. I didn't fail at any of it. You know why? I just placed it where it belonged in my life at that time. And I was front row and center. I needed to self-isolate so that I can cry for my dad who died 15 years ago, so that I can finally mourn my husband who died 5.5 years ago, all while mourning my mom who had just died. And the confusion was there. That's what I did. I self-isolated. I figured out who I was and what I wanted going forward. And I am brilliantly focused on me. I am so in love with myself. My 2 things are coming. So you can start your New Year's resolution Thursday, the 1st. You can Start it every 3 months. You can do it every 6 months. Just don't do it where it's so unrealistic that you're going to fuck up your own plan. Thank you, Daiana. Yeah, that's my article that's coming out soon, Daiana. Feed your spirit, nurture your ego, love your body, and unfuck your brain. I'll let you know when it's out. So the thing is that New Year's resolution, it's a new day today. Start something. Start it. And then tomorrow, if you're just catching the end of this, you have tomorrow. Start tomorrow. Start after a nap today. Tomorrow's not promised, but today you can set goals. Set that intention. Do it in gratitude. Share kindness. All of that's free. Doesn't cost you a thing. Do it. That's the goal for today. Smile. Say hello to a stranger. Be grateful of whatever, because we have a lot to be grateful for. And donate to Journal of Hope. I got that right, Daiana? I think that is amazing. Gail says, I live by experimentation. This quarter, I'm experimenting with creating XXX. That means I give it energy. That's it. You know, my energy that I put out there is my faith. I say a prayer every night. Every morning, I give gratitude. Thank you, Father God, for just listening to everything I said. Jesus Christ. Then I go, good morning, Margarita. I love you. The other day, somebody says, did you gain a little weight? I said, I'm so in love with myself, I didn't even notice. Because what is weight? I'm healthy. And it's coming off. But it's coming off on my time, not on society's time. So be grateful. Stay in your lane. You won't deal with traffic. Protect your energy and match it with those who come all crooked. Match it. Let them know, not today, not today. You can say it without words, you just match it. Or walk away. I was at work, I couldn't walk away, but guess what? I didn't deal with them the rest of the day. They were like, I was like, And here we are, boo-boo. Because I love me.
That's a good reason, Dan.
But the thing is, you know why I gained weight, Diana? And for anyone listening, I was molested and raped. So my body was abused. And with none of it, I gave my body love or attention. And then in my whole adult life, I bullied my body. I was a bully to the very body that got me up every day, took me to places I needed to be, helped me wipe my ass, brush my teeth, helped me get beautiful on the outside, to live the facade of that everything was okay. And I never loved it. I never said, I'm sorry. So it held all my pain and my torment. It held all of the abuse. So I self-isolated and I healed it within. I healed my heart. I healed my core. Okay, I healed all of my women parts. And then my body was like, okay, what's going on? Am I supposed to feel safe? Am I supposed to get protected? So the weight was there. My body was like, okay, I feel, I got to protect her again. And now I just tell her, it's okay. We can let go. Let's let go. Eating a little better, which I'm gaining a little bit better at, because I don't eat before I go to work and all of that stuff, because work is so new to me. I don't like it. So, Daiana, I get it. We need to also remind our bodies, it's okay. I know you're healing too, because our bodies need to heal, and then it'll come off. But that's showing gratitude to the one person we should place first in our lives, because without us, we can't take care of anybody else. So be loving, be kind, be grateful to yourself every morning before you give it out to everybody else. Because, we talk so much about people pleasers and Captain Save-A-Hose, but when we neglect our bodies, when we're constantly putting it down, oh, I hate this weight, look at the stomach, my thighs are jiggly, my arms look like wings, look at this chin. We're the worst person in our lives.
We are.
So we're the Captain Save-A-Hoes because we're using all the nice and beautiful words to everyone outside of us. So check yourself. And that's the best way I can tell you. Before you go compliment somebody, apologize to somebody, be tired and still get up and be there for somebody. I don't care if it's your kid, your lover, nothing. If it's anybody outside of you, you're doing too much. And that's what I learned through self-isolation. That healing, oh, Maron was a tricky little fucker. But that's what I discovered. When I'm so busy yesing and making sure everybody's eating and enough salt is put in this one and not enough sugar in that one, and then I'm running ragged, I'm a hypocrite. Don't be a hypocrite. Take care of you first. It's not selfish, it's being selfless. You're taking care of you, you're loving you because you're strong, you're a gladiator, you're a badass. And then with a smile, with a true smile and gratitude, you can take care of everybody else. So remember that for today. Go ahead, badass. Have a talk because you have a sharp 9 o'clock.
You know, part of standing in your truth is taking time for yourself and discovering yourself and not being apologetic. That's why we say it in the mantra, you know, unapologetically courageous. You know, unapologetically courageous sometimes is just saying no. Nope, don't want it, don't want to deal with it, you do it, not my problem. You know, it's about saying this is what I want, this is what I don't want, and then putting it out there and putting yourself out there. And that's what standing in your truth is, you know what, this doesn't work for me, this isn't okay for me. You know, it's funny because I speak so much on narcissistic behaviors and narcissistic abuse. And one of the things that comes up a lot is there's a fine line between being narcissistic and being strong-willed and speaking your, you know, who you are and your truth. How do you get out of the gray area of an entitlement kind of thing? Because when you're saying that's not going to work for me, it's not an entitlement. It's just saying that's not going to work for me. But a lot of narcissistic individuals do that as well. The difference is that a narcissist does it because they're saying that's not going to work for me because that's not the way they want to do it. And they want to do it their way only at the expense of another person. And you say, that's not going to work for me, I'm not okay with that. But you say, I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm not telling you what to do. You do your thing. You be you. But that's not going to work for me. And you come with empathy in the sense of, you know, there are things that I've been doing lately that I'm tired and I may not necessarily want to do, but I have decided that as part of my truth, I'm stepping up. I don't have to step up. I'm wanting to step up. My dad fell pretty ill. We just signed him up for in-home hospice care yesterday. And he's requiring more hands-on help than ever before. And most of it is on me now because he's like, he really can't move anymore. And he's become like dead weight. And, you know, my mom can't really do much. So yeah, there's stuff that I'm doing. And as I'm doing it, going, boy, this is exciting and so much fun. And Gladiator Guru can understand because she was a caregiver herself, you know. Would I want to be doing something else? Sure. Or could I be doing something else? Sure. But I do want to be there right at this moment in time. You know, that's part of it is I'm grateful to be able to be here. I'm grateful to be able to provide that assistance for my dad. I'm grateful to be able to spend that time with him. So because he's not going to be here much longer. How long, I don't know, but he's not going to be here much longer. And at least I could look at that and say, you know, I did spend time with him. Granted, it wasn't like, I mean, I don't know what he defined as quality, but I'm not doing it for any reason to sit there and toot my horn or anything like that. I'm knowing my truth. I'm capable of doing it. Like, I don't have to sit there and whine about it and go, oh, this is disgusting. I get in there, I do it, and I'm done, you know? And that's my truth. When somebody says, oh, how could you do those things? Like even with Gladiator Guru, what she does, how can you do those things? You just do. Oh, I can't do those things. That's your truth. I'm not going to judge. I'm not going to sit there and fault you for saying I can't do that. because some people are just not capable. You do what you do, but do it the best you can and be stand in your truth. But I do, like I said, hit that fine line of, there's that standing in your truth, but there's that piece of, I'm not going to bother because that's not going to work for me kind of entitlement.
Well,
sometimes we do have to. I'm still standing in my truth, doing the things that I wouldn't have chose first to do, but I'm still standing there being myself. And then sometimes I do get tired, and sometimes I do get a little snippy, and I have to check myself at the door because that's the reality. But I'm not making excuses for it. Like, I'm like, okay, that was on, I was a little snippy today. I lost my patience with my dad, or I'm kind of tired. So I got to deal with it. That's the truth. I got to deal with it. What is it? Do I need to wake up a little, have another cup of coffee? Do I need to just clear my head a little bit and calm myself down? Then maybe go for a walk and do that, or just sit quietly and again, be grateful that he's still here and I can still have conversations with him.
yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
I love it. But walking in your truth, the most important thing that everyone has to remember when they're walking in their truth is don't lie to yourself. No te engañe. We like to say, well, this is my truth, but it's not the truth. Not you, badass. I'm just saying. So remember, when you're walking in your truth, do it because it is something you truly want to do / don't want to do, but no, you must do, because now this is a village effort. To know that she's there to help her mother and be there for her father, because you don't know, like, that's a blessing in itself, because she's not an only child. So that is a blessing in itself. She is there. So she is walking in her truth. By her saying, could I be doing something else? Yes. But do I choose to do this? Yes. That is her truth. And that is beautiful. So you got to remember, when you do something and you call it walking in your truth, don't lie to yourself about it. Because if she was like, well, I have to do this, it turns ugly. That thunderstorm, that dark cloud comes.
Yeah.
But if you say, I could be doing so much more, but I'm here. So this is my calling for this moment. For this season in my life, this is my calling. Do I want to do it? No. Because I was there when I caregived for 10 years. You think I wanted to be there every day for almost 6 years, picking up my husband 9 times? No. But did I leave? No. Did I want to take care of my mother for 4 years? The first 3 years having not a good relationship? No, but I did it. Am I happy I did it? Abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah, I agree.
But walk in your truth. Because, sorry, the badass Buddha and I would talk, I think it was yesterday, and I said one line and I created something, and I'm going to share it because it goes with what we're talking today. Let me tell you something. Just the discovery of she and I in our own in our own conversations, and the truth that we tell, and the vulnerability that I learned to share, that I learned to even allow out of my body. Because when you live on survival mode, it's like, no, we're not going to deal with that. And
especially vulnerability.
You deny sadness, you deny sorrow, you deny compassion for yourself. Everything's anger driven. Like, this is how I want it. You're controlled. This is how I want it. Don't mess with me today. So then you go on to that. So yesterday we're talking. I said, this is what I said. And for anyone who it might fit today, learn to sit in peace and stand in your values. That's walking your truth. I think we were having a conversation about that. Walking in your truth means stand for what you believe in, even if you stand alone. A lot of people don't do that. They follow the masses because they might offend somebody, or they might not sound smart. Stop lying to yourself and stop bullying yourself. So you will never be defeated by any enemy. You might lose the battle, yet you will be victorious in the war. Because you know what? There is a war going on. There's a war of a whole bunch of assholes and narcissists and non-believers and fanatical religions. There's a war everywhere you turn. But if you stand firm in your values and you walk in your truth, it doesn't matter. You know who you are, because at the end of the day, it's all about you. You got to face the music to your life. So why not do it? I don't even want to use the word pride, but why not do it knowing that you walked in your truth and you didn't get swayed by the masses. You didn't get swayed by what was in, by social media, by anything other than what your spirit told you to do. And I think
Yeah.
that's the freedom that we need in our lives. Like Lori allowed that. She sat with herself. She had so much going on in her life, and she sat with herself, and she chose the latter, and that is why she is there. And that ladder proved to be exactly what her gut was telling her. So now she rolled up her sleeves and she's being that caregiver until it is all resolved, where she can hand it over to professionals or whatever. But she's not rushing it. She's waiting patiently. She is sitting in her peace while she has her sleeves rolled up doing the work. And that's what we need to do. We can't, people say when opportunity knocks, open the door. But bitch, you can't be sitting on your couch waiting for it to come to your door. You got to lure it to your door. You got to imagine it coming to your door. You got to do the work.
And it comes faster when you the energy that you put out is truth. It really does. One of the things that you have to consider, you said so many things. You had peace in there. You had, when you sit and really, when you honor yourself and you do stand in your truth, sit in your truth, walk in your truth, all of those things, you can view life with discernment, which is a big word that Gladiator Guru likes to say. And that has become a really big word this year for me. And that, we could sometimes know where we are at this moment in time, know what we're capable of this moment in time. That does not mean that we're not capable of so much more at a later time. I never thought that I would be able to do some of the things that I'm doing with this, like, okay, I'll use the example with my dad. I mean, other things as well, but with my dad. If somebody said to me 2 years ago that you're going to be doing this for your dad, I would have been like, hell no, because, that's just gross, but it's almost like you're presented with it. You sit with it for a moment and you just do it. And that's the difference, is because I knew my capabilities, because one of the things that I know about me, and this is my truth, is that when I am pushed into something, when I am faced with something, I could step in and do it. Like, I will try. If I'm not capable of doing it, I will admit it. If there's a way for me to learn how to do it, I will push through it. And then I will know, okay, I can or I can't. And that's what I've learned about myself. And that's what I know about my truth. The moment somebody says instantly, I know I can't do that, I've said it myself. And that's where I step back, do that quiet time, step into that peaceful moment, practice discernment, and then say, is that really true? Like, can I really not do that? Or am I just saying that because I don't want to do that? Is it that and it's okay. It's not saying that it's, if you don't want to do that, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, again, it's about saying it with using the words that mean truth. Like, my sister and I were talking and she's like, I can't do diaper changes. Like, I cannot handle that smell. Like I will throw up. She's become very aware and she's very truthful about that. So, but she's also not the person to just say, well, just because I can't do it, I'm not going to do anything else. I'm going to make minimal effort. She will look at and say, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this, and how could that help? Could that contribute to helping? And maybe it can. So knowing your truth is also knowing what you can push yourself to do. And then once you get to that point where you've tried it, and then you can decide, yep, I can do this, or nope, this isn't going to work for me. But what else can I do? Like, if I can't do this piece of it, what else can I do? How can you're always growing, you're always transforming, because it's a beautiful self-discovery piece. You're always learning about yourself.
And you're learning how to honor others, because in my experience in caregiving, I learned and I honored my sisters more, because one can do this and one can do that well, I did this. And it wasn't, well, I do more than you. Well, it is, I can't believe you don't want to do this. Not everybody is born to be a caregiver. And really, we might think, unless we start to learn who the hell we are, we don't know what we're capable of until we
That's
actually
exactly
try it.
right.
And if we try it and we can't do it, then who am I to criticize you or force you? I have to meet you where you are. And that's how we honor one another. That's how you use discernment. So you doing what you didn't think you were going to be doing what you're doing, but then you realize you discover more strength about yourself that you thought were disgusting, but are really a part of life. So when we refuse to try something new, we're cheating ourselves of learning ourselves a bit more, loving ourselves a bit deeper. So stop blocking yourself and then having expectations how someone should love you and treat you when you're the biggest bully in your life and you're the one who's showing the least lack of affection. Discover yourself. It's like discovering the world, like traveling the world. That's what I found in my 3.5 months of isolation. And it was, I don't even want to call it that, but I'm going to come up with the sexy ass fucking word for that because that's how I feel now.
That's
With
a
this
good
extra
idea.
weight, with this healing weight. I'm not even going to say extra weight. I feel sexy. I feel beautiful. Let me tell you something. Words. That's one thing. That mind shifting stuff, unless you feed your spirit and nurture your soul, no matter what your thought processes are, it's going to get garbled up. Words are powerful. When you speak to yourself, when speak your truth, though, don't you go lying, but when you speak your truth, because God said, let there be light. Boom. And here we have light. Words are powerful. Motivate. Anybody can motivate you. How many of you were motivated by social media and you didn't even know the person to find out a couple months later they were robbing the company or doing something or stole someone else's stuff? Anybody can motivate you. The devil can motivate you to do shit you never even thought of doing, but all of a sudden you get this yearning for it. God can inspire you. You see, words are powerful. Speak kindly to yourself, and then you can be of service to others around you. So I think caregivers are badasses, especially when you're like, plop, drop like Dumbo into it. Your person's there?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. You need a foundation for the new. Absolutely.
Everybody, thank you so much. I'm sorry we got to jump off, but I have the hospice nurse here, so I have to jump off. So thank you, everybody, for coming on, and we will see you on December 1st, I think is Thursdays. So we'll see you then. And from the Badass Buddha, remember, be you, be real, and be extraordinary.
And for you, Chanel, hello, Arlene and Darlene, and from who am I? The Gladiator Guru. Remember, breathe in the beauty, breathe out the bullshit. Namaste.